Hi boys and girls. I thought I'd do another video because it's just getting up to 9 months now. I think in 3 days it'll be 9 months since I had my hair transplant in Turkey. First of all, what I'll do is go over the top so I can show you it. So you can see the hairline. Not sure how much in focus that is. So once again, I've not put any fibres in or anything like that. This is just the natural hair. One question I have been asked is, what does it look like when it's blow dried? I try not to use a hairdryer as much as possible because I feel it doesn't do your hair tons of good. But I have just used the hairdryer on it, so to give it some volume, so it's kind of pushed up a bit. And yeah, it does sort of look pretty good, I think. So this is 9 months. Obviously I've had it cut on top, so this isn't actual 9 months of growth, but this is what you might expect after 9 months. It's been cut, I think, twice since I've had it done on the top. I waited 6.5 months before I cut it on top the first time, and then about a month ago I think I cut it a little bit. So, but the sides and the back I've done sort of more often, so that's why they're quite a lot shorter. So yeah, this is 9 months and I'm really pleased with it. Got 3 more months to go to the 12-month mark, which is what they recommend waiting for. So pretty pleased with that. Got some notes with me. If you've been watching my videos up to now, you'll know that I was taking Minoxidil in the form of Regain foam. I started off with the liquid, I had some of that left, but I used the foam. For 3 months. I had a 3-month supply. Used that. I'm not sure it was doing tons. That was on the crown I was using it, which is the back part of your head, to try and speed up the growth because that's the slowest part to grow normally. I mean, obviously it's growing, but I don't know if that was the Minoxidil or if it was just the hair transplant. So I've decided to stop taking it. I forgot to get any more and I thought, well, I'll give it a go without it. No hair seems to have come out, so it's been pretty lucky in that respect, because some people say that if you stop, some of your hair might come out. In that respect, none of mine has, so that's pretty cool. I've been getting some questions about the e-visa. Do you need a visa to go to Turkey? Yes, you do. You can book this online. I'll leave a link below for the official place to get it from. You don't want to get it from somewhere that's going to charge you stupid money. It's $20, I think, plus a small admin fee. So you get that before you go. Even before you go to the airport, you can't just buy it there anymore, I think, since they've opened the new airport. And some airlines, I think I've heard people saying you can't even get onto the plane in England until you've definitely got a visa, and you need to get it beforehand. So book it beforehand. It's one less thing off your mind. So, you know, you don't have to think about it then. I think it's valid for 3 months. So yeah, just get it done as soon as possible when you know you're going. So I think I booked mine about a month in advance when I knew that I was going in December. So yeah, get that done. PRP treatment. A lot of people talk about PRP treatment. Have I had this? Most of the places in Turkey do offer a free PRP treatment, which I had when I had the operation. Some of them say, you know, if you want to come back, we'll give you another free session. But obviously I'm not going to fly all the way out to Turkey just to have a PRP session. So what is PRP? It's platelet-rich plasma. When you go in to have your operation done, they take blood. They do this to check for certain diseases and things like that. And if you've got certain diseases, they won't operate on you. When they take this blood, they split it to get the plasma, and part of this is like the platelets get re-injected back into your scalp when you're having the grafts done. So the second part of the operation is when they're inserting the grafts, they inject, and you know, you've had quite a few injections, you won't even feel this. It's a small injection, and it's supposed to make you heal quicker, I think. I'm not sure if it makes the hair grow any quicker, but it's certainly supposed to help you heal quicker. And like I said, a lot of the clinics out there offer this for free. It's part of the operation. So they just inject it. I know it's also used for other things. I was reading online just now that it's used for osteoporosis, that sort of thing. Anything to try and make you heal quicker. Another question I get asked a lot is, how long does the redness take to go? So you get, on mine, because I had the painless anaesthetic where they sort of shoot the gun thing around your head to numb it before injecting, you get some red dots around there. For me, they took a few weeks, I think, at the most. They didn't take that long. Some people it takes a bit longer. The redness on top, where your scalp's kind of, where you get the major swelling, that goes down fairly quick. So, you know, I wore the headband to stop it going down to my eyes, but that goes down quite quickly. But you will get quite a lot of redness on the scalp. It'll be sort of just a bit swollen, and that can take a few months to go down. In my case, I think it took about a month to most of it, and then the rest sort of the second month. But some people have even said up to 6 months, and you slowly get the feeling back into your head where it's been numb. The other thing I get asked a lot is about the tightness feeling you get in the donor area, especially around the back. I had it basically just, it's like a tight feeling, but it gets better with time. So, you know, try not to worry about it. It just feels like someone's like pulling your skin. But it does go down after time. Same as if you get itching, try not to scratch it, just sort of keep it moist. But yeah, in time it will go away and you'll get the feeling back. It's only a short video this time, just to show you what it looks like at the 9-month mark. So it's pretty good, I think. I'm really happy with it. Even, you know, using the hairdryer, because it's dried it kind of looks better on the crown, I think. One thing I get asked a lot as well is where you've had beard grafts taken. I'll show you under there. Does the hair feel different in your head where it's been inserted? Mine was probably mostly around the crown area they did this. And you can kind of tell, it's not like they put like 500 beard grafts all together. They mix it with normal hair. So you don't feel it quite as, it's not like it's just one bunch of hairs all together, but you can kind of feel them. Sometimes you see them if you've, like now it's blow dried, you can't see it as much, but sometimes they look a little bit frizzy, and I think that's probably the beard graft hair. And sometimes if you feel it around the back, you can kind of feel that they're sort of, some guys say they can't feel it at all and it just blends in, and I think it does blend in really well. And do I regret it? No. If you've got a chance, if you know, of being bald or having beard grafts in, I'd go for the beard grafts. You know, it's no problem whatsoever. And some guys have chest hair done as well if their donor area is really bad. A lot of guys say that they feel that they have a really good donor area, so they won't need beard grafts. And that's exactly how I felt as well. I thought, you know what, I had a lot of hair around the sides and the back. I thought it was going to be great. But it's not just how much hair, it's like the quality of it, which only the doctor can really analyse when you go there. My doctors said, yeah, you've got a lot of hair there, but some of it's not the best quality, you know, it might be quite weak hair. So that's why they decided to use beard grafts as well. I didn't have chest hair done, it's just the beard grafts from under the chin. And I'm glad I did, because I think it's quite thick hair, and it gives the appearance of density, and it also just sort of thickens the whole area. And it works well, I think, with your regular donor hair. What other things am I taking at the moment? Same as always. Every morning I take my pills before, well, I take them with my breakfast. You should have them with a meal. So I've got my Expedia, which I can't really get that to focus. It's just basically Expedia, not to be confused with Propecia, which is finasteride, because I don't take that, I never have done. Biotin, taking these ones at the moment. And like always, I'll link to my Amazon page below so that you can see which pills I take. On there I've put ones that I might have taken in the past, or I take now, or that I'm thinking about taking in the future, because I'm constantly looking to see if I can get better deals, ones that get good reviews for a good price. Multivitamins, doesn't really matter. You can take them from your local supermarket, those ones, or you can take ones from Amazon, or as long as they're multivitamins. Something that I've always taken, doesn't really matter, I don't think too much on the brand. Saw Palmetto, this one's 500 milligrams. The biotin, I get asked this a lot, what mcg is it? This one's 10,000 mcg. Saw Palmetto I'm taking, and the Expedia basically contains saw Palmetto and biotin. Expedia I've only seen in Turkey. You can order it online, but it gets shipped over from Turkey, so only do that if you're going to get a few boxes, because otherwise it's not worth paying the shipping fee just for one, because you pay more in shipping than you will for the box. Expedia is a great all-round tablet. If you were going to just take one, then maybe buy a year's worth when you're out there, because it contains biotin and the saw Palmetto and zinc and quite a few other things. I also take these omega-3 fish oils. These are good for your joints and everything, but I've also heard they're good for sort of giving your hair, keeping it shiny and that sort of thing. It's just, I thought, they're not that expensive, I'll give them a go, so I bought those off Amazon. I get asked loads about shampoo. On my Amazon list you'll see some that I've tried. Some are expensive, some are cheap. To me they make not much difference, as long as they clean your hair and leave it in good condition. So at the moment I'm taking this Tesco one, which is pretty cheap, and this coconut conditioner, which again is pretty cheap. It's just supermarket ones. I don't spend loads of money anymore on shampoos. One thing I do get asked as well is oil. At my clinic we were told don't sort of use certain things within certain times. I think they said wait about at least a few months before, make sure you're completely healed and everything. I use this castor oil because someone at the clinic actually told me about it. What you do is, when you go in for a shower, I'll just put this on my head, rub it into the hair. It's really thick stuff. Then have my shower. Then when I finish, wash my hair with the shampoo and wash all the oil out. And it's supposed to just thicken your hair. I've also got this. I bought one off of Amazon a while ago. This one I bought yesterday in Tesco's. It's for cooking and stuff. It's coconut oil basically. So I think that was about £5. You can get it on Amazon. It's the same sort of thing. This is sort of hard, so you might have to put it on a radiator or something to sort of make it into a liquid, and then it's just like oil. You just rub it in, the same as the castor oil, before your hair wash. Leave it in there while you have your shower for a few minutes, then wash it out. It's supposed to just be good. A lot of guys as well, with their itching on the donor areas, luckily I only had it really bad for one night, ask about rubbing things in to stop the itching. I got this aloe vera spray. It's also green tea. This is a soothing facial mist. I bought it from a home shop. Yeah, you can just spray it. It's just a mist really. This one you can put in your face, soothing facial mist, but you can also put it on your hair just to keep the area moist, to hopefully stop you scratching when it's really itching. But the itching does go away. Mine doesn't itch at all now. You can, a lot of guys use contact lens solution, the like saline solution, which is just really clean water really, which is good for sort of healing your skin, because that's what it's all about. You want to heal your skin. Your body, when you've had a hair transplant, it's kind of like a trauma to your head really. You've had someone either put a lot of cuts in the top to put the grafts in, and on the sides and the back, you've had a lot of bits removed. So you have a lot of little holes in your head which have to heal over. And as long as you get a good clinic that don't over harvest, so you don't get lots of little spots or little bald patches, you'll be fine. But yeah, it does take a while for your hair to, your your sort of scalp to heal over, especially the top. That's why it stays red for so long. But again, it's your body can cope with it. You know what, you will start healing. Some people take longer than others. Again, with your hair, I've been pretty lucky. I'm really happy with mine. This is 9 months. It's cool, you know, I'm happy with it. I feel like I've got more hair now than what I did 10 years ago. And I was looking at a photo the other day that popped up on Facebook of 12 years ago, and I was thinking, wow, I've actually got at least as much, if not more, hair on the top of my head now than what I did back then. My hairline's probably better as well than what it was back then. Some guys say, when did I go start balding? I started getting a bald spot in the crown probably when I was around about 30, maybe just after. And you kind of get nervous about it. You kind of thinking, no, it's not balding, is it? And then you keep looking at it in the mirror, and you know, you're probably worrying yourself more, so it probably doesn't help, and your hair starts coming out even more then. But yeah, it was quite a slow process for me. So mine was balding at the back. I don't really think about the front, but then when I went for the operation, the doctor said, yeah, you know, you're receding at the sides. I only really went with the idea of getting the crown done, but he said, no, you're receding at the sides, we'll get that done. So I'm happy that I did now. So yeah, because they've brought it forward a bit on the sides, because they, you know, the widow's peaks they're called, it was going right back. So yeah, this is kind of what you might be able to expect after 9 months. A lot of guys as well who are very bald on top, completely all over with no hair, are saying, is there any hope for them? There completely is. If one clinic, especially the ones in the UK, sort of turn you down, then, you know, get a second, third, fourth, fifth opinion. Don't just go to anywhere just because they say, yeah, we'll do it for you, you know, but I've seen a lot of guys who are completely bald on top with really good results, you know, better results than what I've had. So a lot of guys who are completely bald will need 2 ops. There's no two ways about it. They can't do so many grafts that you would need in one go, because the hair, once it's taken out, has to be put back in after a certain time, or it will sort of die. So yeah, just don't give up hope. Even if they can do like a hairline, because they usually always start at the front. So if you get a hairline and a few dotted around on the top and the back, then you could use fibres to catch up. And then after a year, see how it's gone, go for another one if you can afford it. Before I had a hair transplant, I knew nothing about them. And like I said before, I'm not a doctor. Follow your rules that your clinic set you, because, you know, they're the ones who've worked on you. By all means, just listen to what I say, but follow the rules of your clinic, because each one has slightly different rules. You know, if you have, a lot of people say about how many hair transplants can you have. Your hair, you've only got a certain amount on the sides and back, and chest hair and under your chin, the beard grafts. So beforehand, I used to think, you know, they just take a bit of hair and that's it, they just put it on top. I didn't realise that you could only have a certain amount, because otherwise, if they say they did like 1 a year for 10 years, you would have no hair left on the sides of the back. It would just be completely bald. So that is why they can only do maybe 2 or 3 hair transplants. In years to come, maybe they'll develop a hair, I think the Japanese are trying to develop at the moment, where, you know, you can use stem cell technology, so they could use real hair, but they could make it so that it would work for your head. Just because one clinic has turned you down, and you probably find more in the UK turn you down, and more in Turkey will have. The ones in Turkey I always find give higher graft promises, or they expect to be able to get more grafts out of your hair. The ones in the UK sometimes say around about 1,000. There are others that do more, but they don't seem to have it. Whereas in Turkey, the clinics there always seem to say, yeah, 3,000. And I feel that the clinics in Turkey have got a lot of experience. So basically just go for one that's got experience, good reviews, and one where maybe if you know someone who's had a good hair transplant, go with that one. Just do your research, but don't research for too long. If you're researching for 10 years, you're probably not going to get it done. And if you do that, you know, you're going to drive yourself nuts, like I've said before. So do your research. If you find one where generally most of the people are happy and have had good results. Yeah, I mean, that's about it. I obviously can't, it's not my job to persuade you to have something done, but I mean, I was thinking, like I said before, wait until I was 50. I'm more than happy I got mine done. It's got no fibres in, nothing. It's just been dried, like I said, blow dried today. But yeah, I'm happy with it. If I'd have waited till I was 50, I mean, I'm 44 now. That's 6 years that I wouldn't have had the hair that I've got now. So yeah, choose a clinic, then stick with it. Stop reading reviews because you'll put yourself off. And if you're really bald on top, don't give up hope. Hopefully in another month's time, if I've got any more growth, I'll let you know and I'll do another video. Got any questions, as always, write them down. If I get a lot of questions on one subject, I'll try and save it till I do my next video, then I update you all on it. As always, send me a message if you want through my Instagram, which is linked below. It's got like a messenger on there, you can send it. If you want a question that you think is good for everyone, just leave it as a comment. If you enjoy the channel, feel free to subscribe. It's great to have subscribers, and if you can like the video, it's brilliant because it shows I'm sort of helping you out. Any questions though, just ask. Cheers.